Why do some men struggle to introduce themselves to women?
I think it starts with a large shift in your mindset, unlike what a lot of people think is about the skills. What do I say to somebody? How do I introduce myself? How do I not make a fool of myself? And in fact, those are the things that I think are actually preventing you from being able to do this. Because when you're coming from that mindset of constantly like, how do I know what to say? How do I not bother somebody? How do I not creep them out? Basically, what you're asking is, how do I avoid any and all discomfort, which is just not realistic with anything we're learning. And we don't apply this to almost anything else. I say this all the time, but if you were to pick up like a musical instrument and be upset that you didn't just immediately play perfect songs in full, you would give up almost immediately. Instead, you accept that there's going to be a process that you need to like go through where you're stumbling and sometimes making mistakes and sometimes having victories and sometimes feeling like you don't get it, but you still find a way to push through. And so I think the big mindset shift you need to have for learning how to introduce yourself is not how do I avoid any and all discomfort, but rather how do I embrace that discomfort as a normal part of the process and not judge myself for it. That's the key, because I see too many of you guys, like, you go up to walk to somebody for your first few times and immediately you're like, that interaction sucked, it was really awkward, I hated it, and really feel down on yourself. But again, it's just not realistic. You've never done this before. And it doesn't matter. I have failed countless interactions. Sometimes it doesn't go well. Sometimes people don't like me. The bigger key is to accept it as just as is and not as a reflection of you, and to understand and trust that it will get better. Every time you say, really, the reason why I don't talk to anybody is I just don't know what to say. Come on, that's bullshit. The real answer is you are avoiding discomfort because you are afraid that it reflects poorly upon you, that it means something more than it does, and it doesn't. I want you to start saying to yourself, I'm going to go introduce myself to people and I want to feel everything. I want to feel the experience, the discomfort, the awkwardness, the times I messed up, and to laugh at them and be willing to feel everything. And then you realize that it means nothing. So if I go up and I'm a little rusty or a little awkward and somebody doesn't want to talk to me, I get used to seeing their expression and I get used to sitting with that discomfort. And when I do, and I don't try to run from it and I don't try to avoid it, what I'm doing is accepting myself and saying, hey, it's all right. This is what it is. Maybe it was a little uncomfortable, but it's fine. It's no big deal. And that's what you need to do. You have to embrace the pain period and you have to detach it as a reflection of your worth. If you do that one thing, you will immediately start to be able to talk to more people. You'll gain the experience that'll start to build the skills. You'll get better and better results. And that's how you get good at anything. So I have complete faith you guys can do the same. You just need to be patient with yourself and stop trying to avoid any awkwardness, rejection, or discomfort, because that's what's holding you back.